What's up, pretty gang? And thank you so much for tuning into Respectfully with Miss Pretty Young Thing. I'm your girl, PYT, and let's get into it. Y'all, it's 6:30 p.m. Sunday. It's 95 degrees. We gonna be watching Baddies, and Baddies watching me. Hello. It's showtime. Big shout out to each and every person that's in here. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and tell a friend that PYT is in the building. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and take a look at today's episode. All right, so we seen last week's episode. We finally got to see Bad Dolly versus Tasiki. Let me know in the comments how you felt about that. Like I said, when I was there, round one, I knew Tasiki got it. Round two, from the audience, looked like Dolly got it. Watching it, fast-paced, regular, it looks like Dolly got it. But when you slow the video down, it looked like Tasiki won both rounds. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it, because a lot of people on the internet keep saying that the people that were at the reunion were lying. And it's not that we were lying. It's that y'all, as audience members from a TV perspective, have an opportunity to pause, have an opportunity to rewind, have an opportunity to fast forward, to slow down, to break it down, to watch screenshots and memes and gifs and other opinions on the internet. And we honestly had to just keep our eyes peeled and check every which way to what was going on. And when I tell you it was 10 fights happening at the same time, it was hard. We did what we could. Okay, we absolutely did what we could. But don't forget to go ahead and become a member of my YouTube channel so that you can check the special behind the scenes from when I was at Baddies reunion. It is only exclusive to those who are a member of my channel. Okay. So that being said, I seen you at the reunion. How did you get to go to the reunion? They had a casting. Okay, they had a casting. I submitted myself and they chose me for the reunion. The different camera view and slow down. Seki ate. Yes, Seki did eat if you slowed it down. Seki did eat if you slowed it down. Now, remember Anna was screaming back and forth that she got jumped. Let me know in the comments if you feel like Anna got jumped or if she's in the right to feeling how she feels about Biggie. I didn't see Anna get jumped on stage. I didn't see Anna get jumped on the TV, respectfully. I saw Anna get tag team. I saw Anna fighting Lex 1 second and fighting Summer another second. But she held her own, to be honest. She didn't do bad, to be honest. Scotty, we know Scotty went for the kick. She stumbled, and then everyone automatically ran towards her direction. Therefore, Scotty looked more like a jumping situation, but we know it wasn't a jumping situation. Even when I saw it break down, if you listen to the sneak peek that I have, you hear me screaming, they jumping Scotty, they jumping Scotty. But that's what I saw with my own two eyes. By the time it was over, and I was talking to the other castmates while they were getting the set back together, I realized Scotty went for the kick, Scotty fell back, Summer went on top of her, Anna was going for Summer, Lex was going for Anna. So it was like a sandwich situation. Anna, absolutely. I feel like Anna did her big one. I'm proud of Anna. It's frustrating that Biggie did not have her back. But then at the same token, Anna, you should be used to this by now. I feel like it's one of those things where Anna was definitely fed up. Anna got to a point in time where it's just like, at this point in time, you ain't got my back no more. I don't want to be friends with you. But I don't want Anna to take this as a circumstance. I mean, you can't help when you are fed up. So it's interesting how this is the end all be all, but Biggie been not having your back. Biggie been, I feel like in this circumstance, it was a little more disheartening because she literally was hiding behind Tinka's pregnant belly in order to, get away from the situation. But at the same token, as an audience member, as a person that was there was too much going on. It was hard to keep up. But at the same token, I can understand from Anna's perspective, because it's one of those things where I seen a video on I think it was TikTok, that basically showed that anytime Anna gets into a fight, Tasiki, she is locked in. She doesn't even blink. She does not keep her eyes off of Anna, to a point in time where when Tasiki was fighting Bad Dolly, she literally made Anna stop fighting, because it's like, I can't keep my eyes on you right now. I'm busy. And then as soon as she stopped fighting Bad Dolly, she could focus her energy back on Anna, and that's when Anna started running wild again. I don't know if y'all ever seen that post or if y'all pay attention, but anytime Anna is fighting, Tasiki is locked in. Anna didn't get jumped, she got tagged on. Exactly. In my opinion, Biggie being Anna's best friend should have tagged on the other op. We'd have been tagging together. That's what a lot of the girlies are saying. So am I surprised at the falling out of them? No, not at all. Biggie, you do a lot of internet popping. Biggie, you don't have the girls' backs when it's time. Biggie, you did tell them on episode 1 of the reunion that you on what they on. Biggie, you did say that you was about whatever Scotty and Anna was about. And then as soon as it hit the fan, you was hiding behind Tinka. Okay? So at the end of the day, Biggie set herself up for failure in that. Okay. Your friend was in the reunion audience. What side was she sitting on? I was there too, Raven. I was there too. Big shout out to all of the people that were at the episode. All right, y'all. It's 6:44. Let's go ahead. Let me get my Zeus ready. Y'all get y'all popcorn. Y'all get y'all everything. Of course, if you're new to this, you know that we cannot watch the episode together, but I can definitely share a reaction with y'all, and we kind of sort of just gonna go like that. Baddies Midwest Reunion Part 3. Where's Part 3? Am I tripping? Part 3 was in my phone. Oh, here it is. Yeah, y'all know that due to copyright, I cannot watch it on here, but we're gonna get a good old reaction together. So feel free to watch with me. Biggie lied and said she was talking to Tinkerbella. Kim, I seen that. And I was like, there were no words coming out of her mouth. She was just like. And then as soon as Tasiki hit the road jack, Biggie was right along with her. Did she even check to see if Anna was okay? No. Did she even try to break it up? No. Did she even try to snatch a wig? No. I would respect Biggie more if she at least was the snatcher of the wigs of everyone Anna fought. I would have respected her more if she backed Anna up and was just like, yo, chill. They ain't worth it. At least something. If you're not the fighter, help your friend de-escalate the circumstance. Something. There was nothing. Big was hiding behind Tink because she knew she couldn't touch Tink. She wouldn't get touched. I agree, Tinkerbella. I agree. But nonetheless, y'all get your popcorn, because it's time to watch the episode. I got my favorite cookies here. We finna be snacking, we finna be watching, we finna be snacking, we finna be watching. So y'all, turning on the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's 50 minutes long. We finna skip thing from before. All right, previously on. So DTB versus Rolly. Scotty falls on the ground. BTB versus Tasiki. Biggie acting like she Tasiki's bodyguard. Anna versus Summer. Anna versus Biggie outside, back and forth. DTB leaves. Ivory comes out and fights Lex. I think that's the last thing we saw, isn't it? And now it's time for the reunion. So that's everything that they added into the previously on. Let's see what it's talking about. Judy! Thank you, Judy. Thank you for the $10 donation. You're freaking amazing. Big shout out to Judy on Rich. 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 I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Big shout out to the Twitch fam. I see y'all. Y'all, we are live on both YouTube and Twitch right now. So big shout out to y'all. Y'all, anytime y'all can feel free to donate. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Can I see your fit? Child, I ain't got nothing but a tank top and some Fashion Nova pajama shorts. Ain't nothing going on. But let's go ahead and watch the episode. Respectfully. And thank you again for the donation. Thank you again for the donation. Don't forget YouTube. There is a place for y'all to do donations as well. Just press the money side and feel free to show support. And my Cash App is in the bio below. Miss Pretty Young Thing. All right. So it looks like Ivory immediately busts out fighting. Ivory versus Bad Dolly. While Ivory versus Bad Dolly is happening, Dolly was getting some hits in, right? And that's when what's her name jumps in? The real Crip. Big Crip. What's this girl's name? What you call it, baby mama? Jaden. Jaden comes in and tags Dolly for Ivory. While that is happening, that's when Lex, hold on, let me show y'all real quick. Why won't let me? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me share screen. That's when Lex runs from the bottom corner of the screen to come and get Scotty. Because at this point in time, you see all of the Zeus bodyguards are way over here. Yes, Stewie. Thank you, Beautifully Flawed. I could not remember that girl's name to save my life. But that's when Lex ran around from right here to tag Scotty. Okay. So top of the corner right here, Ivory versus Bad Dolly with Jaden, Stewie trying to jump in. That's Stewie's hair right there. Bottom corner, Lex trying to come for Scotty. Okay. So that's what's going on right now. All right. So I'm going to press play. Let's see what's happening. So now, of course, the Guardian will not let Scotty get touched. They immediately snatch her away from Big Lex. Who's this? Straight Bright Braids. That's Jasmine Renee. Jasmine Renee is coming for Summer. Okay. So Jasmine Renee is coming for Summer. And that's when Scotty is trying to ask Lex, like, what's up? Why do you want to fight me? What's up? Why do you want to fight me? And it's one of those things where, Lex, you really don't make sense. because you're trying to fight Scotty because you don't like her for like jumping, you know, in between her and Anna's situation. But all night you was jumping into people's situations. So it's like, I don't understand. I don't know. By this time, Pretty P has already fought Summer. So Pretty P ain't got no wig on either. And there's blood on the floor. Now, I kept telling people that Bad Dolly was not in my from audience perspective. Bad Dolly was not injured by Tasiki. Okay. Reason why I say that is because Bad Dolly started bleeding after fighting Pretty P. Now, I don't know what it is about Pretty P. I don't know what type of hex she got on Bad Dolly, but anytime Pretty P fights Dolly, Dolly gets injured. People keep saying that Dolly herself is sensitive. No. Something in Pretty P's fists that Dolly cannot take. I don't know. I don't know. But this blood on the floor is a result of Pretty P versus Dolly. And that's based on what I saw when I was there at the reunion. Okay? PYT, do you think Tasiki was mad because security kept breaking it up? Absolutely. That's what it gave. When I was there, it was one of those things where on TV, it looks like she's mad for no reason. She's crashing out for no reason because it's like, girl, you won. Like, calm down. But in person, Tasiki wanted to run it a third time, and they wouldn't allow Dolly to run it a third time because her hand was bleeding after her fight with Pretty P. But remember, Tasiki lied because she was on the internet saying that she had Dolly leaking. Babe, when? No, you didn't. No, you didn't have her leaking. Look at me in the audience. Okay, so now Ivory and Lex are saying they good. It's over. Next battle. So that's when Lex calls Jayla out. So that's when Saucy Santana calls him out for jumping because he was saying that they kept jumping each other. There was no even fights or anything like that, which I agreed. It was pissing me off. So now Jayla versus Lex. Respectfully, Lex 8. I'm sorry, Jayla. Remember during the season where Jayla kept saying that she's never lost a fight? Right. She really wanted to hurt Dolly. She really wanted to hurt Dolly. Look at Dolly in the corner getting her hands bandaged. Dolly literally getting her hands bandaged. When does she get her hand bandaged? After fighting Pretty P. Remember, Ivory comes out, Pretty P comes out. Jayla came out. And Ivory, Pretty P, Jayla, and Ivory, Pretty P, Jaden, and Jasmine Renee. They all came out at the same time. So when that happened, first Dolly fought right after Tasiki and her fought. Next, Bad Dolly fought Pretty P. No, Ivory. Then Bad Dolly fought Pretty P. And then right after, Tasiki wanted to run a third round, which we already witnessed her crashing out before. And then she came back, wanted to run a third round. It did not happen. Okay. Don't forget to become a member of my channel so that you can get the exclusive behind the scenes of everything that I'm talking about right now. So now Jayla is asking, what are they fighting for? And Lex is saying that Jayla tried to jump her. Mm, mm. Now Jayla is calling her out because she tried to jump in her and Summer's situation. Look at me, y'all. Me in the audience is still funny to me. Look at me in the corner, y'all. Shout out to my friend. Hey, girl. When I tell you we had a time, we was drunk. By this time, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so at this point in time, Lex keeps calling Jayla out, which after this, I think they go for one more round. Because basically, at this point in time, Jayla is defending Scotty. While simultaneously, y'all know they had their own issues during the season or whatever the case may be. So they talking about jumping in. Why did you jump in? Ooh! And Lex went in for the hit. Let me see if I can pause the screen. That sock. Oh, Lex. That was a dirty one, Lex. Lex got reach. Lex got reach. Because Jayla didn't even see it coming. And these girls are. Mm, mm. So that's when Jayla kind of sort of grabs her arms and tries to tackle her to the ground. But then Lex gets on top of Jayla. And that's when the biting begins. Now, remember on Instagram, they kept saying, oh, I think Jayla showed that Lex bit her on the face or whatever the case may be. But then Lex showed that she had a bite mark on her arm. So basically, Lex was saying, I didn't bite first, I bit back. Something like that. This is what's happening right here. She said, I didn't bite first. Ooh! I didn't bite first, I bit back. So this is exactly what's going on right here. Lex is biting back. She got a chunk of her face, baby. Oh my God, you can see it. Lex bit her nose. Y'all, I'm telling you, when we were there, Lex's nose, I mean, not Lex, Jayla's nose was leaking. And it was just like, Lex, what did you do? And remember them clips of Jayla with the swole nose after the reunion. Even the zoo security just said it. She's bleeding. And then that's when Natalie's screaming, no biting, no biting, no biting. And Lex is spazzing the hell out. Lex, that's when Jayla left holding her nose. That's when Jayla left holding her nose. When I tell you this is all coming back to me, y'all. So that's when they're saying no biting, no animal activities. That's when Lex is trying to go backstage where she at, I guess, to continue fighting or whatever the case may be. Anna Mac went to go check on Jayla, which I appreciate the sisterhood that Anna kind of sort of got with the rest of these girls. Ooh, Summer versus Jasmine. Yeah. So look at this. So Jasmine and Summer are literally going head to head. It's pretty even. Summer sucking Jasmine, Jasmine sucking Jayla. I mean, Summer sucking. What are these hoes' names? Summer sucking Jasmine, Jasmine sucking Summer. They going back and forth. It's crazy. Ivory comes out of nowhere and clips Summer ankle, and she immediately goes for the ground. Y'all, Summer and Jazz, there we go. Literally just Summer fast though, because she got up real quick. Look at my friend. She looks so confused. She looked drunk and confused. Where's my phone? I'm about to send her a picture of herself. Because, baby, we were just like, what is happening? Yes, I'm about to text her right now and be like, girl. I just had to text her. Child, that's funny. Looking back at it, we had a time. Just drunk watching hoes fight. So now that's when we were all laughing. Ivory got Summer, Jazz and Summer, you know, Rolly and basically everyone's laughing. Everywhere. Rolly, Natalie, everybody laughing. Woo! Summer got a big knot on her head. Y'all, look at Summer's knot. Ooh. Hey, was you there too? Yeah, I was there. I was there too. If you watch part one and part two, they got my face all over the place. I've only seen myself one time so far for part three. I'm gonna pause it the next time I see myself so that I can show you. Summer, what happened, Bookie? I had a ball. I had a ball. I think this is right before Ivory came into the crowd and we were screaming, Ivory, Ivory. And she ran into the crowd and gave us all a hug. Oh, so Lex is walking around looking for Jayla. And she's screaming, this bee bit me, showing her arm. Now, what I will say is this, Jayla, you are a fat hypocrite for this bite situation, especially with those I Have a Dream Martin Luther King speeches that you were giving after Gretch bit you right here. Girl, it's giving wildebeest. This show is changing Jayla. So now everybody just still laughing, asking why Ivory did that. Oh, no, I would have been pissed if I was Lex too, because you could see her teeth. Like, look at one tooth, two tooth. There go the incisors, the two front teeth. There go the canines. Look, these two are sharper right here. There go the bottom teeth right here, sinking right there. That is crazy. That's gross. And that happened by a girl that got bit last season during Caribbean. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? That's wild. Do you remember how much they were? No, I got paid. They paid. We were paid audience members. We definitely got paid. Oh, that is gross. So they putting alcohol on it right now. OMG. Jayla, not Jayla, Jonisha Funny. Jolly's to talk about something. Let's just sit around and talk about something. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get some dialogue down. So then she asked Saucy what she thinks. Saucy got a napkin. Look at me. What am I giving a thumbs up to? The world may never know. This is my friend too. Hi, friend. This girl, we exchanged social media. This girl, she has a YouTube channel as well. This girl was super nice. Where is she? This is the girl. Remember how we kept saying that there was a girl that Biggie gets into an argument with from the crowd? This girl with the cheetah print is the girl that Biggie is going to get in an argument with from the crowd. That girl with the cheetah print. Wait for it, y'all. This girl is going to get into a argument with her. But look at me. I don't know what I was thumbs up in, but thumbs up, okay? Oh, they were asking if I who won between Lex and Ivory. I said I thought Ivory got it. So Saucy saying that he felt like Lex and Ivory were kept head to head. He said Summer and Jasmine didn't need to happen because we seen it all episode, all season. Dolly comes back outside. This is when Dolly fights Pretty P, which I told y'all happened. And this is when Dolly re-enters her hand. Oh yeah, that's when Pretty P gets uppercutted. It was a nasty uppercut, y'all. A nasty uppercut. So Ivory was about to jump in. It was this sock right here. Yo. I'm sorry. I love me some Paula, Pretty P. But Dolly effed her up. Dolly finally was winning against Paula. Finally. She was mm, ma, ma, ma. Then Saucy Funny. She tore. She tore. That's when Pretty P gets her on the floor. Dolly on the floor. Dolly ripped out her shirt. Look at me trying to get a better view of the fight, y'all. Look at me trying to get a better view of the fight. But no, Dolly. Let me call my friend real quick, y'all. Are you watching it? Babe, let me know when you're watching it. Call me when you're watching it. All right, bye. He having a time on the beach. But no, y'all. Okay, let me watch this. Dolly definitely beat Pretty Pete. Finally. Remember, she was getting snatched all season, but she finally beat her. Remember, Pretty Pete messed up her nose, messed up her fingers, messed up her hand, but Dolly did her thing. No, for real, she did tear. She tore. I'm Team Saucy with that one. And they talk about some. We love Pretty P. I love Pretty P too, but respectfully, she whooped your ass. And Johnny Shaklock T, she said that Pretty P is the most underrated one of the season, and is. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's slick with the mouth. Yes. And Ivory, you could tell that Pretty P wasn't winning because Ivory was about to jump in for Pretty P. So, Ivory don't fight fair. She's advocate of ain't no rules to fighting. So she definitely was about to jump in on behalf of Pretty P. This is when they lied, talking about something next coming out is Tommy. But they did not bring Tommy out. Look at me, you hyped to see Tommy. Yeah, they talk about some Tommy, Tommy. Look at me, Tommy, 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 Tommy. Tommy was not there. Liars. So Jonisha was telling Jazz that she is the essence of Batty, and it looked like Pretty P is running to the back. And that's when another fight was breaking out from the backstage. And I think it was Ivory and Pretty P, but we couldn't see. Somebody whispered in Pretty P ear or something, and it ended up going backstage for some reason. We never figured out what that was, to be honest. So the baddies would have to tell us what that was. And Pretty P is standing now. Oh, that's when Emma, Yoshi, and Nunu come out. And honestly, by this point in time, I feel like this is when the episode starts getting boring. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was falling asleep in the audience. I went into Sasiki mode. I was sleepy. Yoshi was cute. Nunu came out looking gorgeous. I was here for it. Stand up for Miami, baby. It was giving Miss America. Hair was there. Lipstick. It was giving it's giving her face to her face to. She was looking good, okay? She was looking scrumdiddlyumptious. Remember, I was saying in my recap that I felt like she was the only one that dressed up. That's what I meant. I loved Scotty's outfit, but don't get me wrong, Nunu dressed down. Okay, to the nine. So she said she the baddest bee there. This is when Emma says. This is when Emma This is where Emma says that she no longer really has beef with Scotty because they did it at the house. And Saucy ends up booing her because it's one of those things where we never really got to see them fight. The one fight that they actually had when Emma called out Scotty, remember, they ran into the cameras and it looked like Emma was tagging Scotty, but you already know we're not going to witness Scotty fall on TV, and we know why. So there's that. Scotty said I never got my AB talking about the fight in the house or whatever. Here go Natalie fake sleep because she don't really f with Scotty like that, and then she popped up laughing like she wasn't serious. Girl, so basically, right now Emma's saying that they tried to push the narrative on her that she was boring because she started calling Scotty boring, and Rolly is basically telling her about herself because you calling her boring, but you was boring. When she was like, you came to her, you didn't even know her, you were a viewer like everybody else, you put yourself in that situation, which she did, which Emma was wrong for it. At least having your opinion, you can have your opinion. Wanting to fight me because you think I'm boring is dumb. And what Scotty said is fine too, because she said you could have at least gave her 2 weeks to see if you actually like her personality. You only dislike her personality from what you see on TV. Now that you're in a person with her, at least give her a fair shot, and she never did. Because she called her for a fade because she's boring, which is crazy. Why are they showing us this? So now they're showing us in the past of her calling Scotty out and calling her boring. So Rolly is saying that's not a valid reason to fight somebody because they're boring. And that's what Saucy said. Sometimes these OGs think that they're bigger than the program because they came in with their, preconceived notions. And Jonisha said the newbies brought the energy this season. Look at me. I was tired. And Jonisha said that they thought that they were better than them, which they did. And that's what it'd be giving. It'd be giving bigger than the program. So Rolly was saying that she actually got to know the newbies, and that's why they F with them. She said they're in the same position as they are. She's not considering them new girls. She considers them baddies. Look at the big three. So Summer, Dolly, and Lex are coming back. Summer got knots and scratches and boils and broils. Lex got bite marks all over her left arm. So now they're talking about Yoshi coming in for a couple episodes and then leaving. And Natalie calling her boring. You're boring. You're not doing much. Now Yoshi is basically saying how she had a lot going on and she didn't ask for it or whatever the case may be. And Jonisha is asking, does she wish that she did anything different? Does she feel like she was born this season? And Yoshi said that she felt like she didn't get a chance, that she was given 10 seconds of TV time, which is fair. So big shout out to Nunu. Right now they're giving Nunu her props for being back. She back and she better. She said she feels like she was able to showcase more of her personality this season. I'm hollering. Nunu said she loves the delusional duo as far as Anna and Biggie. And Anna said she looked good. She said she looked sexy. Nunu said when she watch it back, she be cracking up, which is good. So now Biggie and Tasiki coming back on the stage. Tasiki changed her outfit. Oh, is this the part where Anna? Why is Anna wearing a piece of rolly wig on her head? So when DTB was fighting Rolly, the back of Rolly hair came out, and Anna got basically Rolly got a 26 piece on her head, but only 13 pieces are there because Anna got the other 13. Basically, is what happened. Basically. Okay, so Anna and Biggie. I heard Anna push Biggie because you were frustrated. So now they trying to get to the bottom of Anna and Biggie's. So now this is when Anna is basically saying she feels like Biggie don't be having her back, and that she doesn't necessarily want. What is what does Biggie talk about? Talk about some bees selling pee, pum pum, and getting embarrassed for less. Is she talking about Anna? And it's crazy because it's giving Anna is fighting more for their friendship than Biggie is, which is crazy to me. Which is crazy. So now they're getting Biggie's opinion on her not at least standing up for her or jumping in or breaking it up. And she was giving Jayla her props for at least helping her while Biggie didn't do nothing. And Saucy said, as a friend, even if you're not a fighter, you gotta at least snatch a wig or do something, which is the same thing I said. Because tonight has been trio versus trio versus trio. And that's when we started booing from the audience. And she talking about some only three of you booing, and the rest of us booed. That's when the girl from the audience stood up with the tiger suit to boo louder. So that's when they're saying Anna doesn't feel like you're a stand-up friend. I need you to explain yourself. Biggie said, I'm not gonna keep explaining myself because I told her she knows. She knows I'm not a fighter. She knows I'm not a fighter. So what is it going back and forth about? You know what a psychopath is? A psychopath is someone that does the same ish, expecting a different result. If you know how I feel, stop trying to attack me for being a person. That's weird. You're trying to push me to be that person. You my sister, because we're gonna stop talking right now. We're gonna stop talking in private. They don't deserve that shit. You know that, gang. Listen, Biggie was gone. Biggie was talking. So that's when somebody from the audience was saying that they're basically jumping Anna and you're not helping. Uh, so that's when somebody from the audience basically said that anytime Scotty be copping please it's not a problem, but anytime Biggie does it's a problem. So that's when um Saucy says anytime it's a situation is fighting, who's right there breaking it up or getting in the middle, and it's Scotty, to be honest. So at the end of the day, there's a big difference between Scotty and Biggie. So that's when Biggie is screaming at the top of her lungs, Scotty gets away with shit. Scotty get away with shit. And it's like for them to be trying to put it on Scotty is crazy, but it was the audience member that started that. So Anna is basically saying, I know you don't fight, just break it up. These girls have my back and you don't. So now Biggie is stuck on the fact that they didn't jump you. And that's when Anna gets upset and she ready to go. Because it's one of those things where I get it because it's frustrating trying to tell Biggie that like I just want you to focus on the bigger picture of you don't be having my back or it doesn't feel like you having my back. And Biggie is stuck on they didn't jump you. They didn't jump you. They didn't jump you. And it's like I understand how that feels. Trying to talk about the general scheme of something and somebody is focusing on one circumstance. I'm talking about the whole pizza. You talk about that one piece of pepperoni. That's when Rolly that's when Rolly goes to check on her. Yo, Rolly's wig is getting on my not Rolly's wig, but her. Yo, so Anna was literally wearing this part on her head because Rolly still got a back and a front, but not a middle. Why is that hilarious to me? What is happening? So Anna's like, I don't need her to fight for me. I don't want her to fight for me. I just want you to be there. And Rolly's like, you gotta accept the fact that she will never fight for you. And Anna said, why would you not break that up? Why is people that I'm just getting cool with this season for real at the end of last season, basically? Scotty, I fought Scotty 7 times and she's helping me. And Anna's like, I don't need nobody to fight for me. And you know that. I just want you to ride for me. I ride for my bees heavy. I don't care if they're winning. I'm still gonna jump in. Oh, that's when the audience member asked to line it up with Biggie. This is the audience member, y'all, that asked to fight Biggie. This girl right here. There was an audience member that asked to line it up with Biggie. And this is her. Something about she was at the Baddies auditions and Biggie was disrespectful to her. Y'all gonna watch it. This is at the 24-minute mark. She said she had attacked her at the last reunion. She threw a water bottle at her. She said, explain what was going through your mind when you chucked the water bottle into the audience at the last reunion. Biggie said, I'm not even fighting the girls on here. You think I'm gonna go fight a girl in the crowd? And that's what everybody started calling her Poom Poom. Because she was running from a fight. Child, and here goes the end of Gra Gra Boom right here. Because Biggie is basically just gonna tell her, Anna, like you weren't getting jumped. I thought you had it. I appreciate Rolly because she's telling her, don't talk, just listen. Look at me. My messy ass. Yo, I look so into I look so entertained. Like what's gonna happen next? Tuned in to find out. So that's when they're calling for Biggie to come back and they don't even get to finish their conversation. Biggie's like, guys, I already made my money. I don't need to come back. I'm not coming back. You can suck my dick. Because if they let somebody come on my call out here, it's gonna be a problem. And that's when producers almost let that girl on the stage. And that would have been crazy, y'all. And that's when Bobby messy ass talking about something. Who wants to confront Busy face to face right now? Who wants to confront Biggie face to face right now? So now this is where Anna is defending Biggie once again, telling her that the girl that was in the audience was weak. Oh, they snatched a whole section out. So they're letting Dolly, Big Lex, and Summer back to the stage. That's when Dolly has an ice pack to her face. Summer starts twerking. Lord. So now it's time to sit down and talk. Johnny tells him, welcome back to the stage. So Big Lex, you run your ones with Ivory. Are we good here? Is there anyone? She was the one that wanted to fight me. You feel me? It was what it was. We fought. She said she was cool. I said it was cool. So it is, what it is. Jayla. Jayla. So somebody bit you in this area. So you had to bite somebody else in that area? Is that a bite or did she scratch her? Because Lex is lighter skinned than her. So that thing is visible. So Ivory said, Lex, we had to get that out the way. We had to get that out the way. Even before I left Hawaii, but you told me if I didn't apologize to you that you needed another round. Bitch, I'm not apologizing to no bitch. No shade, you did. You did. So, bitch, I gave you another round, right? I didn't give you one. I give you two. And you jumped in, Summer. And you jumped in, Summer. No, don't say Summer because you're the weakest. You're the weakest link. You were the ending chance with Lex. But you won that with me. That's some weak ass shit. That's when Ivory goes in Summer face, and Summer is just like she don't know what to do. Oh, that's when Pretty P run up on Dolly. I don't know what Dolly just threw, but it missed. All right, so Ivory, y'all get online. Y'all make it seem like I'm just this weird ass bitch, this evil ass bitch. And that's all God, bitch. I was ice to all of y'all, nigga. I fought you, bitch. You was smelling ear to ear when I came back. Oh, that's true. Because remember when Ivory came back from almost being underneath the jail, Summer was all 32 teeth when she came back. I bought yourself all God in heaven. And then what you did at premiere, did we hit me in the back of my head? And this is Ivory talking about Dolly. Why hit you in the back of your head, Ivory? So Dolly's like, how did I jump from one seat to five? Basically saying, Ivory, I did not hit you. Oh, that's when Saucy calls Summer out and says your energy be different when it comes to Ivory. Her energy when it comes to be different when it comes to Ivory and Tinkerbella, because she still hasn't had this conversation with Tinkerbella to this day. To this day. Summer like, ew, is we cool? You tell me. Not they said hug it out, and she said, no, I don't trust Ivory. She don't want to hug it out. She said, you want to hug it out with Ivory. I don't want to. So Big Lex, Scotty, Anna, Summer. Where we at? Are we still doing this 2-on-2? She said, Summer said before she was a baddie, she wanted to get to know Scotty, but the issue with Natalie was fake. And they told her a lot about her. So that was that situation that they were saying, that they were talking about, that Summer jumped in, that had nothing to do with her business. Because to this day, Summer doesn't even know what the hell they're talking about. So for that to be a reason why she does not like Summer is, I mean, does not like Scotty is crazy to me. It's not even none of your business. Rolly brought it up. You answered yourself. And that's that day that Summer was, Scotty was looking good as hell. And that's why Anna kept telling her why she keeps involving herself. And that's when Summer started getting on my nerves, because it was just like, you need to mind your business. Scotty said when you talk, Scotty, Lord, Summer said when you talk about stuff in front of us, that's our business too. And it's one of those things where I get where she's coming from, because you're not going to have a whole sideline conversation around me and then look at me crazy when I enter myself. But I think it's the manner in which Summer enters herself that bothers the girls, not the fact that she enters herself. Not that's why you hit the floor. You did too. Not Scotty. I don't care for you. I never care for you. Not change your sign. So now they're asking when Anna and Scotty became close. Scotty said she cool with everybody that she came in with for the South. So Scotty saying that Summer got in her face. That's the only reason why she got a problem over something that ain't got nothing to do with her. So funny talking about something. When Rolly brought it up, when she brought it up, you were in the fire. You were sweating and shit. What are you talking about? This metaphor funny. That's when the OGs were chewing each other out, and the new girls just got in the house. And I get what Summer is saying. I do, and I get what Scotty is saying. But it's just how Summer's just annoying to them. So now that's when Lex is saying, as far as her and Anna, she was just talking too much. And as far as because Anna copied it and why she wanted to fight her in the first place, or whatever the case may be, and that she was little which is why she was sparing her. And she was just like, it ain't no competition. So, and she's saying it gets to a point and she knows that she's little and she knows that she's not just going to crash out on her for talking. So she just let her be, let her talk. But it does get to a certain point where it's just like, I've been sparing you. I've been doing nothing, saying nothing. Shout out to Anna always getting in the paint though. So Tasiki and Dolly. Dolly said it really ain't ish. Santana said DTV did worse than Dolly. Dolly did better than DTV. He said her teeth, she still got teeth, her eyes still in place, face still intact. So they could call it the truth, right? Everybody. And Tasiki not saying nothing. And Dolly said, right, Tasiki? We know you ain't had no issues. And Tasiki ain't saying nothing. That's when Slim came to the stage. This is when we're ending the reunion soon. Slim came out so cute. I liked her braids. I feel like she came cute, but she came ready. And she came with a cute little one piece, nothing crazy. And her face card was definitely eating. It's Rolly side eye for me. Rolly chewing her gum, looking over there like, oh, okay. Okay. She said she's excited to be there. She keeps saying that that was not her best friend because they were trying to say that they were not best friends. And they were 10. I was number one. You were number zero. You ain't claim nobody else. Rolly, one thing about Rolly, she gonna air y'all dirty laundry out. She gonna talk about everything that happened from the backside. And Johnisha said, I feel like you genuinely love this girl at one time. So now they're asking, did she talk about her father first? Y'all, they skipped the whole section because right here is when they came to the audience to see why Slim and Rolly had all of that going on. And Saucy came up to me in particular and said, and asked what was going on. And I gave him the breakdown that Rolly had spoke on Slim's father before Slim spoke on her son. They skipped that whole section. OMG. The boy host was doing too much. You didn't like Saucy? I loved Saucy. I liked Saucy. Platinum was good. How are you, baby? So this is when, child, this part gave me a headache because Slim versus Rolly ain't gonna be friends no more. Rolly talking about something she ain't taken far enough when they asked her if they felt like she took it too far. They skipped a whole section. There was a point in time where Rolly got pissed at Jonisha for calling her a bully. And that's when Summer tried to jump in after Rolly had snuck her during the season or whatever the case may be. He said, Ivory don't jump, but when they come out, they were jumping. And he said, yes, get her like he doing too much. I don't remember him saying that. Oh, I get what you're saying now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like he was here for it, but he wanted organized chaos. So this is when Jonisha is asking about the sneak circumstances. So this is when Summer basically said, this is when Summer basically apologized to Slim for jumping in the situation between her and Rolly and Slim, and she apologized for talking about her dad, which I'm glad she did because it's weird for somebody whose daddy is dead. So Summer and Slim hugged it out. When Lex and Summer and Dolly came out, they were jumping, and he didn't say nothing. But when Ivory hit Dolly, he said, "Don't throw Ivory." I mean, at the end of the day, Tinkerbella, I feel like it's one of those things where it was a lot happening. It was a lot happening. It was a lot happening because even me as an audience member, I didn't. When it first happened, I was just like, "Oh snap!" But by the time it got to that point, it was just one of those things where, all right, so I need to stop jumping. So I felt the same way he felt, to be honest. So now they're about to do Storm Chaser. So now they're doing final thoughts. And that's what Summer says, hope to see them in Africa. Then Lex said that it was crazy and that she had fun and she embraced it all. And that's what she's about to cry, right? From a baller to a baddie. So now Dolly said it feels good to know that she's just gonna be her and on her own ish. She said the Dolly that I had before, y'all never be that big again because I was too real for TV. One thing about Nuno, got her hair snatched out of place. She said she feel like she still deserves a full season, but she's glad for all the memories and the opportunities that she's getting because of the platform, and that she's grateful. And she looked bomb. Because period. Yoshi, Natalie, even though her time was short. Not Yoshi. I ain't hear you talk all night. Not the audience saying he don't. They don't know who she is. Jaden said thank you for the opportunity. Only celebrity guest to make it from start to finish. Clock it. Blase blase. Sue said thank you for bringing me back, despite the stuff. Ooh. So now Ivory. So basically, Ivory saying thank you for letting me show us a different side of me. Um, Pretty P. Pretty P said I'm still on bitch's ass. Not even if I gotta fly to Mississippi. I love Pretty P. Emma said even though I left early, I still had a ball. Not every time you drink, you want to be a DJ. Now Tinka Bella, last person, her and the baby. Final thoughts. Not thinking Zusta for putting her gender reveal together. Natalie's a godmom. All y'all bitches is bad. All y'all bitches is fun. You know you got a baby name yet, and Summer talking about some Summer. Not Baddies. What did you think about Anna and Lex fight? It wasn't nothing crazy, to be honest. Since he can't have nothing to say. Biggie, final thoughts. Thank you to this network for bringing me back. That's when she started talking about that girl in the audience, which is crazy. She called the girl in the audience turtle skirt. Not thank you for my toupee. Anna has a pretty smile. And on Rolly Photo Thoughts. Lord, Rolly took about so she gets bees jobs to this day. Okay, I saw Scotty and so hold on, let me pause it because I want to hear Scotty's final thoughts. I saw Scotty and Summer fight, and Scotty low-key won. She just fell. And it's not like Summer got on top of her. I agree. But also, if you win in that first and then you fall, you basically still want to fight. Justice, I'm gonna leave this in lights for a second because everybody was kept saying that Summer got Scotty. Where's the link? Y'all, if y'all haven't yet subscribed to, not subscribed, became a member of my channel, please do so that y'all can watch my exclusive members only videos. Because I want y'all to be able to catch that reunion tea, like for real, for real. I really want y'all to be able to catch that reunion tea. I want y'all to be able to pick up what Justice Kelly is putting down, okay? Scotty trying to talk. Summer said, next, you take it too long. You don't know what you got to say. Summer funny. I'm screaming. That was good. She said, shut the F up, and that's my final thought. Come on, Scotty. I ain't gonna hold you. Baddies Midwest was a lit season. It kind of was lit. Tommy coming with a pow. Very good memories. Lots of fun. Going to Hawaii. The newbies for the first time. This is Natalie talking in Baddies history. They really did. They big one. They big one. And they really did. Shout out to the newbies. And then that's what Natalie says to be continued in Africa. Where are they getting this corny music from? And that's when everybody gives their hugs and says goodbye. I don't like Saucy Santana. He gets on my nerves and he's always just too much and picks and chooses. I love Saucy Santana. What did you think he was picking and choosing for? For the things that you said? I loved Saucy Santana for this reunion. I don't think he was picking. I don't think he was choosing. I think he called everybody out. I think he made sure that everybody held themselves accountable. You know, the girls that felt like he was being biased last time, he made sure to keep his best foot forward for it. And even they liked him this time around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. What you think? Because I feel like it's one of those things where it's just like You can only do so good, because if I was a host of the reunion, I would have hosted it the same way he did, making sure that everybody held each other accountable, making sure that I clocked whoever I thought won each of the fights, calling out people who, is, saying one thing and doing a whole nother. Pretty P did her big one, but I think Bad Dolly won. Bad Dolly was, and they didn't show it. Weirdly enough, I don't know why, but they didn't show it. But Pretty P's nose was bleeding. I don't know why they didn't show it. I have absolutely no idea why they didn't show it. But Pretty P's nose was definitely bleeding. But respectfully, Jonisha, some of the highlights of the episode for me, Jonisha throwing shade. Y'all, I put a link in the comments for y'all to call in. Please call in. Let me know how you felt about the episode. Jonisha was definitely throwing shade during the whole episode. I definitely think that Dolly was definitely Tasiki's best competitor as far as being able to absorb her hits. She's the only person that Tasiki has fought that did not leave with any bruises or bumps or whatever the case may be. I definitely feel like Biggie, you're smarter than to act like you're too dumb to understand what Anna meant as far as not having her back. I'm not a fighter. It's not about that. That's your friend. I'm not asking you to fight. Like, for her to not have... The thing about it is, when you're my friend and I see you fighting, I don't like the fight. 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 But my energy towards you, because of the fact that I see you in a circumstance, I gotta help. I'm sorry. Like, I will fight for those that I love before I fight for myself. That's just me. That's just me. And I feel like Biggie, I don't understand how she doesn't understand that. Only thing that would make me understand that how she doesn't understand that is if she never gave a fuck about Anna to begin with. That's the only thing that I could think of. Because I don't understand how in a realm of somebody that I call my sister, somebody that I call my cousin, somebody that's gra gra boom, somebody that I'm supposed to be like this with, I see them fighting and I'm standing behind a pregnant woman. I don't get it. 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 He didn't say nothing when Summer, Lex, and Dolly was jumping. When they was jumping, Lex, he said something. He didn't say nothing when Summer, Lex, and Dolly was jumping. Who was Summer, Lex, and Dolly jumping? Who was Summer, Lex, and Dolly jumping? Doll had rings on. That's why P was blinking. A lot of people were saying that Dolly had rings on. What y'all talking about? I was there and I didn't see no rings. What rings did somebody have on? She didn't have on no rings. Amir, thank you. She jumped Scotty and Anna. Anna didn't get jumped and neither did Scotty. Neither one of them got jumped. Dolly did have rings. Go send me screenshots on Instagram, because when I was there sitting in the audience, I ain't see no rings. And when I zoomed in and backed and forth and rewinded and tipped and turned, I did not see no rings. And then she fought Tasiki for 2 rounds and Tasiki ain't say nothing about no rings. Like, that don't make no sense. She had it on Emmy and on Emma. So she had him backstage. She didn't have him on stage. She had rings on when she fought Emma, but she didn't have rings on stage. Now, I already said what I said about the Emma thing. I feel bad for Emma, and respectfully, they wrong for that. They wrong for fighting Emma. everybody in the audience, including myself, was calling Emma a liar for saying that she got jumped because, and y'all can see by everything that happened on stage why we said that. Emma was irrelevant on the stage. Everything that happened to Emma happened off the stage, happened before she got on the show. So it was one of those things where it was just like when she kept saying, oh, they jumped me, I was one of the first people. I was just like, when the freak did they jump you? Like, you were boring. You were as boring on the stage as you was during the season. All you do is play music. Like, she wasn't talking about nothing. So if Dolly was wearing rings behind the stage, that's a whole different situation. But she wasn't wearing rings on the stage. When she was fighting P and Emma, she took them off after. That don't make no sense, Tinka, because she fought Tasiki before she fought Pretty P, which means she would have had rings on when she fought Tasiki. Bad Dolly fought Emma backstage. Then she fought Tasiki on stage. Then she fought Ivory on stage. Then she fought Pretty P on stage. So when did she have time to take off these rings if majority of her fights were back to back? Like, did you see it happen? Like, I'm confused. She had wraps around her fingers, but remember, she was Edward Scissorhands throughout the entire season, so she was still healing. But when y'all keep saying that she was wearing rings, like, I think y'all need to let that go, because what rings was she wearing? She took it off after. After what? I'm telling you, I was there. What rings? Nobody on the cast mentioned ring. Who on the cast mentioned Bad Dolly hitting them and them feeling rings? Who was it? Because I didn't see it. When she was fighting Emmy, she took it off after. Okay, then she fought Emma in episode 1, what does that have to do with episode 3 then? Because you confusing me. Y'all feel free to click the link so that y'all can come and jump in, like call in, so that I can let y'all in so that we could talk about it rather than typing it. Y'all feel free to call in. Let me know what y'all think about Summer and all of her antics throughout the season and how it played out with her explanations during the reunion. Now, Summer's explanation for jumping into Scotty's business makes sense, because at the end of the day, if I just came into the house and the first thing that we see is the OGs beefing, and the first piece of business that I see they beefing over is Scotty's business that y'all putting out on Front Street, now you made Scotty's business everybody's business. I understand the logic in that, but I feel like it's one of those situations where Summer's delivery is terrible and nobody wants to hear her mouth jumping into their business, and that pissed Scotty off. I think Emma got tag team, not jumped. I think Emma was the only person that got jumped. Anna did not get jumped. Anna got tag team. Scotty did not get jumped. Scotty got tag team. Emma got jumped. That's my opinion, though. I want to see who gave Summer that big ass knot, though. I think it was Ivory. Let me know who y'all think won between Ivory and Lex, because some people think Lex won, some people think Ivory won. So let me know who y'all think won between the two, because I feel like Ivory finally took one. And I feel like between Bad Dolly and Pretty P, that Ivory finally took one. I feel like Ivory won all of her fights during the reunion. Personally, that's my personal opinion. That's my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about Jayla biting that girl. Hold on, somebody. Heavenly Father, I ask for this to be an actual caller and not a weirdo. In Jesus' name, amen. Hi, Sean.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you can hear me well.
I hear you perfectly well. Talk to me.
So I think that Ivory did finally do her big win with Big Lex. Finally.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Finally.
right. She should have won
Oh no, you're breaking up. Hold on. Can y'all hear her? You're breaking up some. Say something, Sean. If anybody wants to call in, click the link, call in, click the link, call in, click the link, call in. Sean, I don't hear you anymore. I'm going to leave you right there for a few more seconds to see if it works. If not, I'm going to release you and then you could jump back in and see if it works again. A couple of y'all were saying that Saucy Santana was getting on your nerves. How? I feel like he did so much better this time around. I enjoyed him. I don't see how y'all don't enjoy him. I don't see how y'all don't enjoy him. Come back if you can, love. Yes, when she fight Emma after she took them off and she came back, fight P, she had them on after because she took them off when she took her shirt. It came off. Send me a screenshot on Instagram. Instagram is Miss Pretty Young Thing Live because I ain't see it. Why is Lemmy posting Baddies Gone Wild and Baddies Africa on his Instagram? Did they drop some more stuff? I see the Baddies Gone Wild teaser. I see the Baddies Midwest reunion. 2 Weeks with Erica is done. I need to watch, y'all. I need to watch the Tasiki interview. I'll probably watch it this week so that we can talk about it. I never watched the Baddies Africa auditions. I was at the Baddies Africa auditions too, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can find myself. Y'all watch my vlog too, my Baddies Africa vlog. If anybody wants to call in, feel free to. What else did I want to talk about? Slim. So I said before that I felt like they didn't give Slim no airtime. They kept cutting her off. Lemmy literally got on the stage in the middle of Slim talking and said, all right, it's time to do final thoughts, and cut her completely off. So I felt bad for Slim. Do y'all feel like Slim got to at least stand up for herself during her talk with Rolly? Because I feel like when Rolly, especially when Rolly is wrong. So when Rolly is wrong, she will out-scream you so that her point can become louder so that no one will listen to your point. And I feel like that is frustrating as hell. And that Slim naturally gets like exhausted. And that thing is crazy to me. How do you get added to a live? I just posted the link. Click the link. Ivory, because she May was bloop. That mean nothing. Lex was bleep. For Jay, doesn't mean nothing. I agree, Tinka. Just because you bleeded, that don't mean that you lost. Type thing. I agree. You know, y'all notice how Jayla never came back to the stage after she got her face bit? Jayla never came back. Jayla never came back. She got her face bit and she never came back to the stage. All right, so it looks like people are all already putting their opinions on Instagram. So let's go ahead and check those out so that we can check out the clips and stuff. Let's see. Did I spell it wrong? All Things Baddies Africa. Oh, with 2 A's. All right, Twitter reacts. Look at this is when Ivory trips. Are you going to do the club in Baddies Africa? I'm not in Africa. Tasiki's final thoughts was boring. Tasiki's everything is boring. The only thing interesting about her Tasiki is her fighting, and that's not good enough for me to call her a baddie. I'm sorry. Hopefully her music career takes off, because I know, like, are you going to go? Nah, Big Bookie, I'm not going. But if the baddies invite me to another thing, then I'll definitely let y'all know. But I was at Baddies Africa auditions. I was at the reunion. Let me see what Twitter's saying. I hate the fact that they forget that Rolly talked about Slim dead father first. Oh my gosh. That part royally pissed me off, because we know, Rolly, we know you talked about this girl daddy before she brought up your son. That is so annoying. You spoke on the dead. You spoke ill on the dead. You over here worried about whether or not this man black or white or whatever the hell, when she was not even checking for you. You brought her up when you did not have to. Keep your hands, feet, objects, and opinions to yourself, Rolly, because you started the issue between you and Slim. Period. On her live Instagram, she's totally different to Siki. I agree. And that's the annoying part about it. You're getting paid to show your personality on TV, but you don't want to show it on TV, but you show more personality on Instagram. Girl, move. Go be an Instagram model if that's the case. I don't want you to see you. I'm not going to pay Zeus money to watch Tasiki sleep on stage. No. And fight one fight. No. They said, Anna, Scotty is not fighting for you. Y'all just have the same ops. There's a difference, sweetheart. No shade. What y'all think about that? Do y'all think that Scotty and Anna are fighting for each other? Or do y'all think that they just have the same op? Because I disagree, because at the end of the day, when it came to Anna and Summer getting at it on that rooftop in Hawaii, only reason why Scotty intervened is because she felt like Summer popped Anna for no reason. So she popped her back. So I disagree with this statement, but I can understand why somebody would think that, because at the end of the day, they do have the same ops, and they're not friends per se. So I can understand where that comes from. Y'all be on Tasiki like she's not even boring, like for real. Name me 5 interesting things that Tasiki did this season, Justice. 5. Matter of fact, name me 3. I'm gonna make it easier for you. Name me 3 interesting things Tasiki did this season. And that be getting on my nerves. Tasiki be in her own world, not bothered by the fact that y'all be talking about her. But the thing about it is, Emma be in her own world, and y'all called her boring. Scotty be in her own world, and people love to call her boring. Tasiki be in her own world, and she's the same as them. Boring. The thing about it is, I like Scotty because at the end of the day, she's chill, she laid back, and she still brings something to the show as far as a storyline, as far as inserting herself, as far as keeping the girls together, as far as falling out with Natalie. She something always happens with her in the season. I'm still with Justice. You can't tell me that she's not boring, and you can't even tell me how she's not boring. Like, I understand that you ride for Tasiki, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I follow her on Instagram, so I know she has a personality, but it's irritating that she does not show that personality on TV. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying she does not have a personality. I'm saying she does not show it on TV. And it's like, why are you on a TV show just sitting and falling asleep on stage during reunions? If you're not fighting, she gets in one fight per season. We hype up that fight. And then she comes back for a whole nother season. We don't see her do shit for the whole season. Then she gets that one fight. Then she comes back for the next season. We don't see her do shit for the whole season. But then she gets in that one fight. Like, I'm tired of that. No. You're not finna slide on this free check. But then we looking at Yoshi sideways for the same thing that Tasiki's doing. Only difference is Tasiki demolishes girls. But we can't necessarily say that she entertained us for the entirety of the season when all she did was fight at the reunion. What did she do for the entirety of the season? Nothing. We have not heard from Tasiki since episode 2, the last episode that Krishan was on with the baby. Everything after that, Tasiki had no storyline all the way until it's time to fight Bad Dolly. Sorry, Tasiki. It's not hitting for me, baby. Next post says, you need God if you have the urge to bite someone during a fight. Hollering. I like everyone on Baddies Midwest except Yoshi and Lex. Lovely season, though. Definitely a lovely season. And then back to that whole biting situation. Y'all, they bit each other. Okay? Lex bit Jayla's nose. Jayla bit Lex's arm. Which one do y'all think is worse? I feel like Jayla's bite is worse because you literally spazzed on Gretch for biting you last season just for you to do the same thing to someone else close to the same part that you got bit on. The only person that Jayla should be biting is Gretch because she bit you first. As nasty as that is, no shade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for you to be biting Lex. I don't think Biggie should come back. Tell me more. Why don't you think she should come back? I was team Tasiki. I was rooting for Tasiki too, but I'm realizing a pattern. Every season, she's just there just to be there. She's not bringing anything to the table, and that's annoying. That's annoying. How you gonna get bad when you get bit last year and then bite someone this year? Exactly. I agree. I said the same thing about Jayla biting. Exactly. Like, there's no reason for you to be getting on people biting. And that's what you're doing to them. Jayla had big legs crashing out. I know that's right. She did, though. Jayla was going, what I tell you, Lex was going crazy at the reunion. Like, and it's crazy because seeing it in person, it was just like, are you good? Seeing it in person, we were genuinely concerned from the audience. Anna has to take accountability, though. You took too many opportunities to call your friend out in front of everyone, even though you knew that she was grieving. It's okay to have an issue with your friend. There's a time and place to check them. This I will agree to. Because remember during the season when Anna kept trying to hold Biggie accountable, and then Biggie started busting out with the My boyfriend just died. I'm breathing with half a lung. Y'all remember that when Biggie was breathing with half a lung, and Anna was just like, I know your boyfriend died, and it's just like, my boyfriend died, and you still, my boyfriend died, and you still, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't fair either. I felt bad for Biggie when that girl from the audience wanted to fight her. Not necessarily. It was just an interesting situation because it's one of those things where, like, Biggie should know that Zeus would know better than to let a random fan come fight her. So she should have seized the day and been like, all right, bring your ass on the stage. What's up? And, like, bucked a little bit, just because she know. Y'all ever seen that meme with that dog that's, like, going crazy, and then the owner picks it up, and then the owner picks up the bag, and the dog is going crazy, and the owner puts the bag dog, and the dog is looking like, and then the owner picks up the dog, and then it starts going crazy again. I think that's what it should be. Like, even if you scared, act like you not, because Zeus got your back. Zeus was not about to let her fight a fan. You could tell they thought about it, but they would have had to let her sign paperwork right then and there before letting her on the set. And then that would have been an effed up situation for Biggie to be brought into. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what her opinion on the situation is. I don't know. A lot of moving pieces. Oh, the girls are finally giving us dialogue this reunion. They definitely gave a lot of dialogue. I will say that. There was a lot of dialogue. That I will say. But overall, let me know how you rate the reunion as a whole on a scale from 1 to 10. I personally think that this was the best reunion that they ever had. I said that before. I said that months ago when they first had recorded the reunion, that I thought that this was the best reunion that they had. The audience camera was on you a lot in this show. I know. Shout out to the Zeus camera person. Love you, Buki. He was super cool too. I watched Tasiki fight several times. Tasiki beat both rounds. And that's a fair assessment. I feel like Tasiki won. I still said what I said when I said Dolly held her own in that second round. And I feel like Tasiki was mad and got off stage and is still ranting to this day on Instagram because she wanted to do worse damage. She wanted to do worse. She did not get Dolly the way that she wanted to. She did not get Dolly the way that she wanted to. And that's just what it is. But let me know in the comments how you feel about it. She knocked Dolly out. She did not knock Dolly out. She knocked Dolly off her feet. She knocked Dolly off balance. I'm tired of people using phrases that do not. To knock someone out means that they hit the floor, they did not get back up, and there was nothing else. Did that happen? Absolutely not. Did she make Dolly stumble? Yes. Did Dolly lose balance? Absolutely. Did she get a hit that made Dolly lose some sense a little bit? Absolutely. I'm not going to take any of that away from Tasiki. But did she knock her out? No. I don't know if any of y'all watch Now That's TV, but remember, I think it was Deja Vu season 2 when Big Mac and his name started with a D. When Big Mac and that light-skinned dude have fought, and Big Mac punched him so hard that he started snoring in the air and hit the floor, and security had to carry him out, and he didn't even realize what the hell was going on. He was just like, yo, where am I? What happened? That's a knockout. Nigga fell asleep in the sky. He was snoring before he hit the ground. That's a knockout. Security stopped her from hitting the floor. That wasn't a knockout, respectfully. I'm sorry. Tasiki did her big one, but Tasiki didn't knock her out. Let me see if I can find a clip. Tasiki, let me use that phrase, knock out Bad Dolly. Let me see if somebody, anybody? She dropped her. That's not a knockout. Thank you, Rashad. That's what I was trying to say. Tasiki definitely dropped her, but didn't knock her out. I give Tasiki her props, but I give Dolly her props as well. Her face card was not declining. And this is I'll say this for Dolly too. This is Dolly's first time fighting Pretty P, where she was able to get her. Some of y'all said that y'all feel like Pretty P won. I feel like Dolly won. Dolly hit her so hard you can hear it. Y'all gotta watch that part again. If you play it in slow motion, all you hear is from that Bad Dolly's uppercuts. It was crazy. E.T. was better. I disagree. Reason why I disagree is because both Bad Dolly and E.T. were punching air. But Bad Dolly got some hits in, and Bad Dolly ate every one of Tasiki's blows. Like, as hard as that punch was that made her lose balance, her face was not looking as crazy as E.T.'s was. E.T.'s face blew up. Her face still fat to this day. Like, she changed how E.T. looks. So I feel like it's one of those things where, like, I can't necessarily compare the two because they're not in the same realm when it comes to, like, E.T. was not better than E.T. Right, Rashad? Like, I don't... Who said Pretty P won? Somebody earlier said Pretty P won, Rashad. Y'all call in. Call in. I want to know y'all humble opinions on tonight. I want to know y'all humble opinions on tonight. Call in. Let me know your opinion. I'm going to start taking, whoever wants to come in and tell me. E.T. definitely got guts. She's still trying to get on Baddies to this day after that. That's crazy. Y'all not going to have me looking crazy on TV. And then I'm coming back trying to redeem myself. Not me trying to redeem myself. Oh, the Baddies Gone Wild trailer came. Oh yeah, that is the Baddies Gone Wild trailer. They said Baddies Gone Wild comes out May 11th. May 11th. That's 2 weeks from now. Okay, let's find out. We getting a break next Sunday. No baddies next Sunday. How do you call in? I'm gonna send the link again, y'all. Look at the comments. Click that link that I just dropped in the comments. Click that link. Hold on, let me clip it to the top. I just pinned it to the top, y'all. Click that link. That link is how you call in. I'm gonna start a poll. Best fight of the night poll. Best fight of the reunion. We got a lot of choices. So best fight of the reunion. We got Tasiki versus Dolly. We got Ivory versus, who she fought first? Lex. We got Summer versus Anna. Who else? Oh, I can only do 4 options. Siki versus Dolly, Ivory versus Lex, Summer versus Anna. And let's get one more in there. Big Ivory! I was screaming her name in the video I put up. Who else? And I got a Summer fight, I got an Anna fight, I got an Ivory fight, I got a Lex fight, I got a Dolly fight, I got a Siki fight. Let's just do those. I just tried to. Oh, I'm gonna let you in right now. Hold on. Y'all choose. Hold on. Rashad, do it again. I seen it, but I was putting the poll up. I just put the poll up. Click the link again. Y'all, anybody that wants to call in so that y'all could tell me, y'all opinion on the reunion, how much y'all rated on a scale of 1 to 10, what your favorite fight was, your opinion on who won, your opinion on the dialogue, your opinion on the hosting. Let's just talk about the reunion as a whole. Let me know how you felt about it. Let me know how you felt about it. Hey, hey.
Hello.
I
Can
hear
you
you
hear me?
now. I hear you now.
What's up? What's up? What's up? So
Nothing much. Talk
this
to
my
me.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, this my take on it. I just don't get the Dolly hate. I just don't get it.
me neither.
Um with the pretty P and man, Dolly tore that girl up, bro. I'm sorry. Dolly tore that girl up. She couldn't stand no chance. Even the second round, when Dolly took her shirt off, when she ran in, she gave Peak 3 on. Pop, pop, pop. Peak dropped her head instantly. It was over with. It was completely over with. I don't I don't get it. Even with, let's take it back to the second episode with the Tasiki and Dolly. Tasiki did not do her big one, bro. The first round, yes.
Ooh.
She dropped her. Of course she dropped her. Yes, she did. Tasiki won that first round, fair and square.
Okay. Okay.
That second round, Tasiki couldn't do nothing with Dolly. Nothing.
Mm,
She didn't land not one lick. She was more
mm.
so playing defense than anything because Tasiki is the type of fighter that she bags up when she fights. So if she's bagged into a corner, it's nothing she can do because she has reach. So by Dolly forcing her body up on her like that, she was struggling. It's clear as day. People can talk about how Dolly missed licks, which she did. I'm not biased. She did miss a few licks. She did.
Right, right.
But Tasika ain't laying not one lick that second round. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. I'm
yo!
sorry, bro.
No, say it louder for the blind people in the back. I've been saying that since I sat at the reunion. I was at the reunion, y'all. I saw it with my own two eyes. I felt like Bad Dolly did great in the second round. I've been saying that. I've
Man,
been saying that.
Dolly did excellent that second. For Tasiki to be two sides this girl's size. You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
much as she went on the internet screaming how she was gonna break this girl face and how I'm gonna do
Mm.
this and how I'm gonna do that.
Right.
We never said in the audience, I be following y'all on TikTok. Y'all never said that she won. Y'all never said that Dolly won. Y'all just said she kept up, and that's exactly what she did.
And
The
that's
Dolly
exactly what I
hate,
said too. Yep.
the Dolly hate is strange to me. I don't get it. Like, I get y'all don't like her, but let's not be biased. Tasika is
Mm.
a beast. I'm gonna give her that. She can fight her butt off, man. But for Dolly to go in and look untouched, then she lied about her leaking. Where was the leakage? It was in her
Yes,
hand.
I just said
Come
that. Thank
on,
you.
man. Come
And I
on,
said that.
man.
I said that she lied about the leaking. And when y'all saw her hand was bleeding a little bit on stage, which is why they could not fight the third round, which is what had Tasiki tweaking or whatever the case may be. But she was not leaking on her face. It was, remember, her hand was bandaged up if
Exactly.
y'all
It
was
was
paying
taped up.
attention. Mm-hmm.
And let me fast forward with the Ivory and Dolly.
Okay.
Ivory snuck her. Dolly got with her instantly. Only reason
Yep.
why Dolly was on the floor because she fell over that step
Yep.
and they broke it up instantly. That wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
a fight for real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
another thing I gotta call out. It's crazy how they get mad. The fans get mad when they see Dolly, the big three or whatever, start jumping, right? Granted,
Mm.
they only start jumping after the season because people was jumping on the season. So
Right.
they felt like, okay, all bets off. Let's
Right.
y'all want to jump? Let's jump.
And that's fair.
That's fair. So I see a lot of people on Twitter praising the fact that how when Pretty P and Dolly was fighting, Ivy jumped in it and got her a lick off Dolly. They was living for it. They also was living for when Jazz and Summer was fighting. She tripped her.
She
They was
tripped her.
living for it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
let it would have been Dolly or Lex or Summer doing it to one of their faves. They would have acted the fool. They would have acted the fool.
I agree.
I don't.
It's
It's kind
favoritism.
of,
It's favoritism.
it's
Mm-hmm.
scary to me, man. It is so scary to me. Then I know I'm talking too much, but I'm
No, no, no.
annoyed.
I'm listening. You got
I'm annoyed. I just got off the phone with one of my homeboys.
it.
He talking about, hold on. This man gonna say, oh, you see Dolly copped a plea with Tasiki. Where? I said Janisha got on stage and asked every one of them how they feel about their fight. All Dolly said to Tasiki was, we didn't even really have no real beef. Only time we was fighting was because of honor. How is that copping a plea?
That's not copping a plea. That's calling it what it is.
That's calling it what it is. And then she asked Tasiki, she said, Tasiki, so we had a problem. Tasiki didn't even say nothing. Because
Tasiki ain't even
Tasiki,
answer. Mm-hmm.
exactly, because she knew that she really didn't have a reason to fight that girl. She didn't. She didn't have a reason to fight her. And I see online now Tasiki is steady trolling this girl, and Dollar ain't said a word about this girl. Like, what is your obsession with? I don't want to call it colorist, but what is your obsession with these dark skinned women? Because you did DTB the same way. Am
Ooh.
I cooking or what?
The, you are giving the eater a meal right now. You
Am I
are
and I
cooking.
don't dislike Tasiki.
Right.
I don't like the things she do, and I can see through her. Jo called you out. You didn't want to fight.
Mm.
You supposed to be fighting Ivory. Ivory said she
Mm.
needed everything. Everybody that was at their door, she needed that from everybody. You copped the plea. Oh,
She did.
You and
I
Ivory
like
best
Ivory.
friends.
We're friends. I don't have any problem with Ivory.
You don't even know this girl. You knew they put
Right.
Ivory on that show to fight you because they know Ivory is a heavy hitter.
Mm.
But you caught pleased with the people your size. Not saying that Ivory was gonna beat you,
Right.
but she was gonna give you. You know, Ivory don't duck no smoke, and Ivory is gonna keep fighting to the end.
And then random. But I feel like when it came to Tasiki having fights this season, another opportunity that a lot of people don't talk about anymore that she had to fight was with Big Lex.
Big
Now
Lex called
remember,
them out.
remember when Big Lex called them out and she found out that Natalie was the one that changed the names and she said one of y'all gonna have to step
One of
up.
y'all OGs gonna have to get in the field. Who was standing out there? Tinker, um, Anna,
Tasiki,
and
Anna,
Tasiki. Why ain't
mm-hmm.
nobody step up?
None of them.
Man, come on, man. I just feel like it's the hate train towards Dolly and Lex because they cool with Summer. And I see a lot of people saying she's stealing Summer personality. How is she stealing Summer personality? Summer was the only girl that was by her side during the fight, the first fight with them, with Tasiki. She was the only
Mm,
girl that checked on her. And also, she also explained that she didn't like the fact everybody was choosing Summer for the weakest link because they know she can't fight. What is wrong with her helping her out for that?
right. And we have to agree. We know Summer can't fight, but we know
Exactly.
Summer is all mouth. And we know that all of y'all find her annoying, which is why y'all all trying to jump on her. And she knows that that's not fair to Summer. So ain't
Even
nothing wrong with
Scotty.
that.
You see Scotty trying to fight Summer all day long, but do not fight y'all. Make it make sense, man. I'm just not watching.
Hold on, you breaking up some.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. You
I
said
said
last thing
after
I heard was make it make sense.
make it make sense. After Africa, I'm not watching no more because it's like it's too picky and choosy. And I don't know if it's these kids watching it, but they gotta people gotta understand they are co-workers at the end of the day. These
Right.
are co-workers and they here to. But Tasiki, I feel like, baby, you gotta tighten up because you really showing who you really are. Because ain't no way the reunion been over for almost a month and you study talking about this girl.
Still.
You study talking about this girl. This girl ain't said a word about you. Granted, I know Dolly. I used to date her cousin. I
Mm,
know her. But
okay.
I'm not finna sit up here and take her side when she's wrong. I feel like everything Dolly did this season, I feel like she did what she had to do. And also, some stuff it was kind of questionable, but some stuff I understand. You see what I'm saying? Even when she said on the stage tonight, she said she made a statement and she was like, um, I just know next time, this is my first time on Baddies. I just know next time I would not come in being myself. I would not come in.
Right. The same
You
Dolly that
see
I
what I'm
came up
saying?
is not the same Dolly that's gonna
Exactly.
speak in.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like she was giving her authentic self, and they took advantage of that shit. And they jealous of her. I'm sorry. I feel like they jealous of her. She's a pretty dark skinned girl, and she got style, and she's different.
I was saying we were saying that at the beginning of the season too. That like there was no reason for nobody to dislike Dolly. She was one of the fan favorites that people wanted to come from Now That's TV
Exactly.
alongside DTV. So it was one of those things where by the time she was there and people was acting like she wasn't nothing, it was weird. Now I will say this: the two things that made me look at Dolly crazy, one during the reunion, rather,
Mhm.
was the Emma situation
Yeah.
because this
Okay.
is the second time that she jumped in the middle of Summer and Emma's situation because she knows that's a Summer and Emma situation.
Okay.
Why not just let them fight?
Let me stop you there. So go back to that scene. Emma walked in and said, "What's up, Dolly?"
Okay,
When
that's fair. That's fair.
when she
That's
walked
fair.
in,
You're
she
right.
said, "What's up, Dolly?"
Mm-hmm.
Summer got up and started charging at Emma. Now, I don't. I feel like that was a tag team. I don't think it was a jump. I think it was a tag team, but also I feel like Emma should have got on this stage and called her ones out. If she
I
wanted a
agree.
one, if she wanted a one with Dolly, she could have got out there and been like, "Hey, let me get my ones for what happened backstage."
Okay.
Simple.
I agree. Now, what I will say is this: yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Emma had came on from the back or whatever and called out Dolly, and Summer's the one that jumped in. Now,
Exactly.
remember the reason why she called out Dolly was because during the
During
season
the season, right in
it
the
was
living
supposed
room.
to
I mean,
be
the
her
kitchen.
and some in the kitchen. It was supposed to be her and Summer, and that's when Dolly ended up taking the fade. But before that is when Emma had said her and Dolly had never had no problem or whatever, and that's
Correct.
when Dolly all of a sudden made it as if they had a problem, saying that all she
Correct.
do is play music.
Correct.
Music.
Correct. You're right. You absolutely. I can't
So
argue with that.
that's where I was just like, you can't really say that you have a problem with the girl all of a sudden if y'all never had a problem until she had a problem with Summer.
Correct. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. Now the Lex and Jayla situation.
Okay, what you think?
Jayla, why you bite that girl? You bit her first, but you the same girl that drug Grinching through the mud
Mm.
about biting.
Scar right here.
But you come on here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
Oh shoot. Can y'all hear me, y'all? Audience, can y'all hear me? Hold on, let me see something. Y'all can't hear me? Can you hear me? Oh wow, he can't hear me. Okay, so we might have to let him out and then let him back in. Feel free to come back. Feel free to come back, or your phone went out. Okay. Click the link, come back. If anybody else wants to join, feel free to. Y'all, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are discussing Baddies as a whole. The season is over. Let's talk about the season. Let's talk about the reunion. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Your favorite fights, your least favorite fights, which dialogue that you feel like is the most effective, how you feel like this season is bleeding into Africa, because we already know who's at Africa. We already know who's been let go from Africa and everything like that. You hear us, Joe? Okay, bet. Rashard, you can come back whenever you're ready. And I definitely feel like when it comes to the Jayla situation, back to what me and Rashard was talking about, Jayla ain't had no business, just like Rashard was saying, biting that girl. Because Jayla Luther King Jr. definitely gave an I Have a Dream speech when Gretch bit her on the chest, saying that she would never do that to somebody else. Her face, her skin is her moneymaker, and for it to have been tarnished in the way that it was, and giving us this whole spiel just for her to do the exact same thing. And y'all know every week I talk about the hypocrisies that come with these ladies.
Hello? Can you
Every
hear me?
week. I hear you now.
Okay, okay. So I just seen this girl in the comment, Lisa. I guess she's a
Yeah, she
bit.
was spazzing.
She like why is she? It's like we. This. I don't even know her, but I'm just gonna be 100. It's like she. I just read the comment. She said something about Dolly Duck Ivory's fade. She did, but I feel like hear me out now. Correct me.
Mhm.
Hear me out. So if I'm going on a fighting show, these are the two heaviest hitters. Two heaviest hitters. You got Ivory and Tasiki.
Okay.
Granted, Dolly is like 5'2". Like I said, I know this because I know this girl. I used to date her cousin. Dolly's
Mhm.
like 5'2", 5'3". Dolly's little. She just have a BBL. You seen her. I know you seen her in person. So
Mhm.
if I hurt my hand fighting Tasiki, if I know I can't fight another heavy hitter,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Why would I set myself up for that? Why would I set myself up for that?
Right.
I'm setting myself up to get my butt whooped.
Right. Because I'm still recovering off of the last situation.
Exactly. So she like, I'm not finna keep fighting you. I fight you in Africa. But she fought Pretty Pete. Y'all have to understand these people are under a contract. These people are told who they need to fight when they get on that stage. That's how they get paid. She knew she
Right.
had to run there with Pretty P.
Right.
She done fought Pretty P all season, broken up. So I'm pretty sure she like, okay, I can fight her with a busted finger. Why not? I don't fought all season, broken up. So if you want to call her, you want to say she copped a plea with Ivory, okay, I give you that. She did. But she has a reason to cop a plea with Ivory.
Right.
Granted,
Right. Right.
her and Ivory just fought in Africa. You see what I'm saying? They both gave each other black eyes. What is y'all gonna say about
Mm-hmm.
that? What y'all gonna say about that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Come on,
agree.
man.
I agree. I feel like there's a difference. The thing about it is, I feel like people are misusing. I feel like people are misusing the term cop and plea. I feel like there's a difference between like cop and a plea and what's another phrase that I could use? Because I feel like cop and a plea is like, oh no, 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 I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to do it. Biggie is cop and
That's a
pleas.
plea. That's a plea. Definitely. That's a plea.
You know what I'm saying? Biggie been copping pleas for the past 10 seasons. Okay. Dolly is not, if you hurt, that's like a person that's lactose intolerant being asked to drink some milk and they say, no, I can't drink no milk. And you like, you copping a plea. No, I can't drink no milk. Dolly is hurt. No, well, she's hurt by Tasiki, and now you want her to take these broken fingers that
And fight
these same
another
hands.
football player. Come on, man.
Exactly.
I just
It
feel
don't
like
make no
people
sense.
people want her to get hurt so bad. Like I see the comments so much, and I just be like, y'all really want this girl to get hurt? Like I don't know if y'all want her face to get messed up. It just seemed like y'all really want her to have some type of damage to her, and it's scary, man. It's so scary.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. I feel like, okay, this is how I feel. I feel like it's the Tasiki syndrome.
I agree.
I feel like anytime Tasiki battles somebody, that person gets the weirdest backlash from Tasiki lovers. Dolly, not Dolly, DTB went through it. ET went through it. We will never give Marsh a chance because of all of the bumps and bruises that Tasiki left her with. Any time that Tasiki ends up fighting somebody, because people think that, you see, I don't know if you peeped. Remember, I don't know if you peeped, but on social media, what's the name of that lady Papoose dealing with?
Oh,
Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa.
You see how Clarissa Shields had recently basically called Tasiki out saying, get your paperwork together, sign a contract. Zeus, what's up? I want to
Can I
fight her.
can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
It's another thing about that. I did not like that because I didn't like the Tasiki fans saying Clarissa started with her. First off, the fans started with her.
I agree.
This was a year. Wait, hold up. Let me cook. This was a year ago.
Mhm.
The fans started with her. The fans was DMing this girl, harassing this girl about Tasiki in Ivory. All Clarissa said was they cannot beat me in a fight. She didn't say it in no disrespectful way or nothing. Then they went over to Tasiki Live. Granted, following me now. Follow me now. This was a year ago.
Mm,
She went over to
mhm.
Tasiki Live, and Tasiki was like, "I'll if I get in the ring, if I train this and that, woo I'll fight whoever." Right?
Yeah.
Clarissa commented and was like, "Okay, get in the ring. We can do a friendly fade for a bag." She declined. Okay, fast forward to now. That was a year ago. Fast forward to now. Jason Lee had an interview. Jason Lee had an interview,
Hmm.
and he asked Tasiki about the situation. Tasiki, I feel like she could have answered that in a different way. She was
Okay.
very disrespectful.
Mm.
That man asked you about the Clarissa situation. What you did, this is exactly what you said. You said I liked her at first. Then you said you
Mm,
called this girl all kind of B words and everything. Then you said if I train, I will beat the shit out of her. That's exactly what
mm,
you said.
right,
That's exactly what you said. So when Clarissa clapped back at you, you mad. Now your fans talking about some Clarissa want clout. How this girl want clout and she's worth millions?
right.
And she said she'll give you 300K to train up and fight her.
That part.
That's the same amount of money you was asking to come back to fight Summer, right?
Ooh, clock
Come on
it.
now. Come on now. That's the same amount of money you was asking to come fight somebody you know you can beat. But
Right.
which I know damn well you cannot sit at the same table with Clarissa. I'm sorry. I don't care how good your hands is. You cannot sit at that lady haven't lost a fight yet. So for you to try to troll this lady and make it seem like she started with you, Tasiki, no, you was very disrespectful to that lady. All she
Mm,
said was she you can't beat her and you can't. Simple.
mm, mm-hmm.
But you cop it, please. This girl offered you money to fight her. But you cop it, please.
On top of that, Tasiki over here, she was popping big shit when she said, I used to like that girl. Because I don't know if you've seen, but Clarissa responded and said, I don't understand why you saying that you used to like me. When did you like me? You never congratulated me on a fight, on a win. You never came to any of my matches. You never wished me good luck. Bitch, you never liked me.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
honestly, she clocked her from the very beginning. And that's when Tasiki started going harder. And it's crazy that you say that because that's the same thing that I was saying during Baddies Caribbean. Was it a Caribbean? When was it that it was Caribbean that DTB came on, right?
Yeah.
Right. It was that was the same manner
Wait, can
in
you hear
which
me?
I hear you.
Okay, okay.
That
Go
was the
ahead.
same manner in which Tasiki started with DTB because it was Tasiki that started with DTB. And then when DTB responded with, you better go take care of your nephew or whatever it was that she said, that's when Tasiki went on a rampage on
Thank
Instagram Live
you.
saying a whole bunch of stuff that led up to the Caribbean reunion.
Tasiki starts all her fights. She is a passive aggressive lady. What she do is she picks, and then when somebody call her out, she wait until the reunion come around until that money come up. Then she want to fight. She
Mm-hmm.
did the same thing with ET. She was talking about, she was mocking ET, talking about how ET talked this and that. But then when ET clapped back at her, now you want to fight her. But you started it. You did the same thing with DTB. You did the same thing with Dolly. The same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like y'all was saying
Because
all
you
season,
right.
all season, y'all was saying that Pretty P was beating up Dolly. Pretty P was not beating up Dolly all season. I'm sorry. She probably got 2 rounds out of all they fights. Out of all they fights. With a messed up hand.
Fair enough. Dolly was injured for the entire season. So I'll give you that on account of injury. But I will say this, it was crazy to me that every time she got in a fight with Pretty P, something got messed up, whether or not it was her nose getting
Definitely.
dislocated, whether or not her fingers getting jammed up. And I said that her fight during the reunion was the first time that she fought Pretty P
Heal.
and left unscathed.
Right. Right. You absolutely right. But I just feel like I talked to Dolly a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like I told her, I said, I feel like you should have waited till you healed. Because
Ooh,
how it
go ahead.
make how it make you look on TV, your last season, it make it looks bad. But she was like, I understand. But at the end of the day, auditions, we started filming right after auditions.
Okay.
Like a week and a half, 2 weeks after audition. So I guess she wanted it so bad to the point she like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get in the field regardless. You see what I'm saying?
And you
But
can't
that's
fault her for that because had she not, then she would have been copping a plea.
copping a plea, or she wouldn't be on the season. They would have sent her home.
She wouldn't have been. She wouldn't have been going to Africa.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want fans to look at the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop with the fade. These girls don't know y'all, man. Y'all gotta stop. These people don't know y'all. You feel me? Just it be a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that y'all don't know nothing about.
That part. Listen, anytime you want to tell Bad Dolly that she got a seat right here to pop her ish, listen,
Glamorous
I'm
said
here
Pretty
for
P
it.
beat up Dolly. She win. I mean, yeah, she got her a few times on the season. Yes, of course. But she didn't just beat
Yeah,
Dolly
but
up.
they Pretty P definitely had the advantage during the season. As far as
Definitely.
the reunion goes, that was all
Man, that
Dolly.
girl, man,
That
that
was
one ain't,
all
bro.
Dolly. I'm sorry.
She
I'm
should have set
sorry.
that one out. And you could tell she know she lost. Cause she was just like, if you pay attention, you see Ivory and them over there trying to coach her through the fight. They try to coach her through the fight and stuff. And I'm
Hmm.
like, bro, just give it up. And you still trying to run up on this girl when you see y'all having basically moments like they trying to understand how y'all feel about, you see what I'm saying, being on the season, and you
Hmm.
still trying to run up on this girl. Like, just
Right.
you lost. It's okay. You lost. Dolly
Right.
lost a few. Dolly lost against Tasiki. It's cool. She went in knowing she was gonna lose. She told me she knew. She said, but she's not bagging up. She's not gonna, she's not gonna cop a plea. If she want to fight, she gonna fight her. Dolly never said
Right.
she was gonna beat up Tasiki. She never said that.
Right.
But she stood her ground. I can't do nothing but respect it. I'm
She had
sorry.
something to prove. She stood her ground, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But don't let these folks. I'm finna get off here because I gotta get ready for work. But don't let
Gotcha.
these folks. Don't let these folks. I watch you all the time, but do not let these folks make you feel like you lied. Because everything you said, I see it.
I'm glad you said that because people were just like, ah. There was one specific live where this girl was coming at me crazy. I'm starting to think that you wasn't even there. And I was just
You had on
like,
blue.
girl.
You had on
Yeah,
blue.
I was right the fuck there. Like, by the time Dolly finished fighting, who did she finish fighting? Pretty P. They didn't show it in the thing. But Dolly ran to the crowd because my side was screaming, Bad Dolly, Bad Dolly. She ran to the crowd and gave us all a hug. So it's one of those things where it's just like, we know because we were there. We were there. We were there. Even Santana clocked it. He was just like, Pretty P had the advantage all season, but she gagged her tonight. Like, I knew
And,
that was
and,
going
and
to
I
happen
heard
because
Santana say, y'all stop playing. Y'all be trying to act like y'all don't see what's going on.
yeah,
Santana said that girl been whooping Pretty P. Even on the season, he said that. He said that. But hey, they hate Dolly so much. I just wish people can like stop that. Like it's not that deep. It's really not. But hey, I enjoyed talking to you. Next time you go live, I'll try to get in. But yeah, I
I
gotta get
do
ready
my
for
best to
work.
be here every Sunday, and then I try to stick in some during the week to try to watch Now That's TV, and I need to try to catch up on Power. I'm
Yeah.
behind as hell, but I'm gonna try to keep going in at least 3 times a week with the lives.
Hey, if you do Africa too, I'd be glad to get on here and talk to you about it. Like
Oh, we gonna be here with the Africa. Let me know if you know some behind the scenes word on the street. It ain't none of my business.
I know a little something,
Allegedly,
but
allegedly.
I can't say nothing. I gotta keep quiet.
That's fine. If you want to hit me with the allegedlys on the side,
I'm gonna say
allegedly,
this.
y'all.
I'm gonna say this. Allegedly, Dolly running through shit right now. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Stop it. Let me
Win,
find my
lose or
bottle of
draw.
Dolly Eaton.
Win, lose or draw. She's stamping right now. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Big Dolly. I'm
All
here
right,
for
nice
it.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Rashad. Come back anytime. Come back anytime. Come back anytime.
I got you.
Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him. Dolly is doing her biggest one in Africa. And honestly, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Y'all know, for those that watch my lives, y'all know that I just now started getting into Now That's TV. So I haven't even, like, I'm binge watching as much as I can and catching up to kind of sort of get to know the people. I haven't watched South Central Baddies yet to know Ivory's humble beginnings. I still haven't seen Ivory throw piss. I still haven't seen where Dolly comes into the mix. So I don't know the Now That's TV Dollies and Ivories. I know the Now That's TV DTV only because I got to watch Deja Vu. So, like, I'm getting to know her in real time. And I love me some Dolly. Bad chocolate queen, okay? Standing on business, standing on what she know. And I already called out what the only thing that I didn't like was her jumping in the middle of Summer and Emma's situation, which turned into Summer jumping in the middle of her and Emma's situation. That's the only thing I didn't like. Everything else about Dolly, I definitely love. And honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, the reunion was a 10 out of 10 to me. I feel like there was a great amount of dialogue. I feel like there was a great amount of chaos. I feel like the one person that I wanted to hear more from was Slim, but you already know in a battle screaming against Rolly, Slim was not about to win. One thing about Rolly, she gonna out-talk you, especially if she knows that you're telling the truth. Especially if she knows that you're telling the truth. At the end of the day, you talked about her father before she talked about her son. Period. At the end of the day. So then, when it comes to Biggie and Anna's friendship, like I said before, I understand both sides. I do understand both sides. But I'm Team Anna because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here, stick around for my friend getting tag teamed. I'm not going to say Anna get jumped because I did not see Anna got jumped on stage. And I did not see Ghana get jumped on my TV. But while Anna was getting tag teamed, Biggie was hiding behind Tinka's belly. That was very, very punk of her. What else? The Lex and Jayla situation, I'm definitely Team Lex. One of the people that was my favorite to watch during the reunion was definitely Ivory. She was definitely given like a lot of laughing moments or whatever the case may be. I definitely saw a lot of growth from Summer, apologizing to Slim and better kind of sort of having the dialogue where she explained herself when it came to this jumping into the Scotty's conversation situation. I definitely feel like Scotty did her big one this reunion as well. I give her a round of applause for this reunion. It's crazy because Biggie did better during the season than she did during the reunion. She did fight during the season, but she did not stand on business during the reunion. All in all, I definitely give the season on a scale of 1 to 10. The season, I'll give a 9 because there are definitely a lot of filler things. There was definitely a lot. I'll give it an 8. I take that back. I'll give it an 8. There was a lot of filler. There was a lot of parts that didn't make sense. There was a lot of like deleted scenes that we wish would have took place so that we could understand circumstances better. Mel not being a part of the regular season so that people who don't watch Now That's TV or understand her beef between her and Ivory was very childish of them to like throw her in on Hawaii and then never see her again and then have her come to the reunion just to not hit the reunion stage. All of that was corny to me. So for those reasons and a couple others, I will give the season an 8. Okay, definitely give the season an 8. As far as the newbies turned OGs, because this is their second season, if they made it to another season, I give them a 10 out of 10. As far as the OGs, y'all need to do better. Because there's some new sheriffs in town. Dolly, Lex, and Summer have not come to play. Okay? They have not come to play. Period. But that being said, y'all, I definitely appreciate each and every person that came to come chill with me. Big shout out to all of the people that partook in the poll. Let me check this poll to see what y'all thought. So I asked what the best fight of the reunion was. I said Tasiki versus Dolly, Ivory versus Lex, and Summer versus Anna. 53% of y'all said Ivory versus Lex. 35% of y'all said Tasiki versus Dolly. And 12% of y'all said Summer versus Anna. So y'all favorite fight of the reunion was Ivory versus Lex, which I'm actually shocked about. It's crazy to me how majority of y'all preferred to see Ivory versus Lex over Tasiki versus Dolly. I think the most interesting fight to me was definitely Pretty P versus Dolly, because that uppercut was vicious. That uppercut was vicious. Like I said before, my favorite people to have seen in person during the reunion were Ivory and Dolly. Definitely had a ball with them. Saucy, I think, did an excellent job hosting. Honestly, it was a 10 out of 10 for me. Let me know in the comments how y'all felt about it. Y'all, I'm about to head out. I really appreciate y'all time. Y'all, big shout out to everybody that subscribed. Don't forget to become a member to catch my videos before they hit the mainstreams and things of that nature. Y'all, I will be having my recap. Sorry, I have not posted the recap to part 2 from last week. I'm going to post it this week. And I'm also going to drop my part 3 recap. But in the meantime, big shout out to each and every person that was here. Hopefully, when it comes to Baddies Africa, I'll have more people calling in. But I definitely appreciate y'all giving y'all feedback. Big shout out to, what was his name? Rashad, for jumping in and giving the feedback. Come back anytime, Bookie. Love, peace, chicken grease. Thank y'all for watching me tonight on PYT TV. Respectfully.